welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Ashley. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and join the beauty family. So today's glam, honey, we are giving Instagram baddie. So if you would like to see how I slay this glam from start to finish, keep watching. Alrighty, beauties, so let's get started on this Instagram baddie makeup tutorial. I'm also going to be featuring some new makeup. So let's get started on this smoky eye. This smoky eye, I'm going with my Bolive Beauté, I believe that's how you pronounce it, Nude Persuasion palette. And we're going to create this banging smoky eye. So these are all the colors. This is where we will be living for the smoky eye. So let's get started. So first things first, we want to start the foundation of this brown smoky eye, and we're going to go in with Chocola. This is just the start of that reddish brownish smoky eye. Honestly, this is my favorite go-to look when I really don't know what I'm doing, because it goes with everything. So we are just blending this back and forth, and I am just swirling it right in here. This is really just to blend that shadow in with the brow, and it just gives it a different effect. I love this look. I remember seeing JT's makeup, I forgot what award show it was, but she looked stunning. She was like in all brown. It was like a high slit skirt. It was like a middle part, and it was like a slight wave, but like she looked stunning. So that's kind of the look we are trying to achieve today. This look primarily doesn't have a blush, so no reddish brown blush today, but I'm just continuing to build up that intensity and sweep it back and forth. So now that I laid that down, we are going to go into Mocha, this shade right here. I'm going to blend that right on top. It is still in the same family, but a little deeper. As I said, this is an amazing go-to look if you have no idea what type of makeup look to go for. This or brown smoky eye. So I'm just blending that right on top of that other shade. Again, I'm blending that right in the front. Sometimes I do like to use blending brushes to apply some eyeshadow. So I'm going in with the color Cafe. So we're going to use Cafe, and I'm going to apply that all over my lid. So I'm just going in with a fluffy brush and just applying that right on top. This doesn't have to be perfect because all of these colors just all blend together. And since we already blended the first two colors, this will really just sit right on top. This eye look is so quick. This is the finished eye look. Straight to the point, honey. Quick and dirty. And now we're ready to hit the streets. We're just missing some lashes. Alrighty, so with this look, we need a fluffy lash. We need it to look like lash extensions. So now for the base, we want to go for like full coverage and flawless, right? Because anytime we see like the Instagram baddie look, they look beat to the gods with like a reddish brown smoky eye. So I am going to go with my Benefit Porefessional primer. This is one of the products that I picked up in my haul. I really cannot believe I have never used this. Sometimes it blows my mind when a product has been around for a while and I have not tried it. So I'm just gonna apply this right in my T-zone. Oh, okay, it's really feeling smooth, like it's giving me like an even base. It feels good so far. Smell of it. Smells a little bit like skincare. I'm gonna get my nose. Whatever's left over from my forehead. So now that that's done, I'm going to go in with a little bit of color corrector. So this is e.l.f.'s color corrector. They actually recently just dropped this and a couple others. So because I'm a melanin goddess, if you are my complexion, a little bit fairer or deeper, you want to go for an orange color corrector. Now we're going to use this to cancel out any darkness. So whether you're my complexion or fairer, there'll be like a lighter version of this, but you're going to place this in the areas where you might have some darkness. I know I don't have too much darkness under my under eye, but I do want to go in with a brighter concealer. And if you want to go in with a brighter concealer and you do have a little bit of darkness under your under eye, it will leave a gray cast. So we want to cancel that out. So I'm just going to add some of this color corrector around my mouth because this is also where I do have some hyperpigmentation. I'm gonna go in with a blending brush and I'm just going to blend this out gently. So the key is for the color corrector to be that perfect shade of orange. I know there was a time where people were using red lipstick. Boy, we have come far. But yeah, no, I don't get into the gimmicks and those type of viral things. I'm old school when it comes to certain things. So now I'm just blending this out around my mouth. So some people do set their color correctors with translucent setting powder. So that could be medium deep, something closer to your skin complexion. I tend not to. I just blend it out and then I go on top of it with my foundation. The main thing is you want to make sure that the color corrector does not peek through. So as I always do when I apply my foundation, we want to stipple that on. So for foundation, I picked up a sample of the YSL. This is their All Hours foundation. I have heard good things. So I have two shades here. I have DN5, which is dark neutral 5, and DW5, dark warm 5. I think I might go in with DW5. This is what she looks like. I'm just gonna take a little bit on this brush and then we're just going to stipple this all over. So this is what this foundation looks like. It's supposed to give like good coverage, be long lasting. I love a good high-end foundation. I don't know, it's the bee's knees for me. I don't know, it just, as if the luxury pieces aren't enough, the foundation being luxurious as well is just everything. So you just want to stipple this in. So as you can see, I'm stippling it right over that color corrector and you are not seeing it. Have a little bit of a fragrance, but it's not like a perfume fragrance. It really smells like skincare. So that's really the purpose of using the color corrector. It's definitely going to balance that out, cancel out any darkness that you might have under your under eye or any hyperpigmentation that is on your face. So around my mouth looks really good right now. So for the under eyes. Under eyes, I'm going to start off with the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in Chestnut, and we are just going to apply a nice little layer. So this is closer to my skin complexion. So we're just going to pop this here and then I'm going to go in with a brighter concealer. I do plan on letting my concealer dry down, but not this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out first. And then I'm going to apply the concealer that I want for brightness right on top. So not that I had any darkness under my under eye, but look at how flawless that looks with the color corrector. The key is just to use a little for that razzle dazzle, and then you're going to get the perfect finish. So since we are going for Instagram baddie, we want a bright under eye. So I'm going to go with the Makeup Forever. This is their Matte Velvet Skin 24-Hour High Coverage Concealer. This is in the shade 4.3. Now I did get this in the wrong shade. This was really hard to pick based on the swatches, so that was the real issue for me. But this is the shade, so it is a little bright. So I'm just gonna add right under here. This is gonna give us that bright under eye. While that is settling in, a little bit goes a long way. Now I'm going to cream contour. To be of no surprise, the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Stick. This is in Deep Dark. So we are just going to sculpt these cheekbones away, honey. We want to look snatched. Let's get the forehead and the jawline. But we want to make sure we go high because your cheekbones are high up, not low down. So that way we can bring it in and snatch those cheekbones. I am interested to see what this foundation is going to look like with some of my other products, but this Makeup by Mario Sculpt Stick is looking good on top. It is looking good on top. The only thing is this foundation is $60. So I need a reason to justify this purchase. Yes and no, to be honest, because I really don't need a reason to justify, but it kind of makes it sound a little bit better now. So I'm just gonna go right back over with that brush that I use for foundation, and we're just gonna go right back over and blend that all together. Now let's blend out this under eye. So I know it might look bright at first when you start blending it, but you just need to continue to blend this out. But Makeup Forever really knows full coverage. So just continue to blend out this concealer. Again, I bought mine too bright by accident, but I can still make this work. So I am just continuing to blend that out. So now that that's blended out, I'm just going to go back in and blend out my cream contour. I want to make sure that we did not lose that because we are sculpting, we are contouring and highlighting. And I'm going to go back in with the brush that I use for my foundation. And then I'm just going to go right back on top of that concealer just to make sure everything is well blended once again. So even though it was bright, honey, it came together flawlessly. So to set this under eye, we're going to go with the One Size Beauty. This is the translucent powder. This powder is bomb. So I'm going to go in lightly and just press this powder in, just to set that concealer. Instagram baddies usually have a bright under eye. I'm also going to cut underneath, so we are going to reverse contour. This is really just to bring out my cheekbones. We are sculpting with the powder we are using. So for face powder, we need to continue this flawlessness. We are going with my Sephora Micro Smooth powder. This is honestly in every tutorial. I just cannot get enough. Sephora collection, y'all ate. So I'm just going in and I'm adding this on top. We are just trying to bring some color and coverage. And if you ever feel like your under eye is too bright, you can always just sweep the brush right on top of that powder that you set under your under eye, and it'll just bring it all back. So now I could also sweep that powder that is cutting my contour that we use for reverse contouring. Foundation powder, I'm going with my Makeup Forever, the OG, the Matte Velvet Skin Powder in Y505. I refuse to buy the new one. I'm not doing it. So I don't know what this one translates as to the new powder, but I refuse. I have like 8 of these for backup. I'm not using that new one. Sometimes you have to stand for something. I want to keep that under eye bright, so I'm going with my Pat McGrath Labs. This is the Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. Now this is in the shade medium. It's a little bit on the brighter side. Use my sponge. That's the easiest thing to do. Tap the excess on the back of my hand and press this powder in under my under eye. So this is going to both blur and brighten. Look at that. Pat McGrath, honey. She knows how to snatch us. And it's like irking me to not smoke out my lash line, but I know the girls don't smoke out their lash line, so we're just going to add mascara. That's a lot for me, okay, because I love a good smoky bottom lash line. So I'm just going to go in and add some mascara. I want to be careful when I'm adding the mascara that I'm not dragging it and creating a smoky effect. Really just coating the lashes. A little bit of mascara. So now for bronzer, I picked up the new House Labs bronzer. Well, it's new and old. It's old and new. Okay, it's new and old, old and new. It's been out for a little bit of time. I wasn't going to get it, but as I said, baby, one thing I'm gonna do is spend. So we spent. This is the packaging for the bronzer. It is so pretty. Gosh, this is like copperish, orange, like beautiful. I would say that this packaging is stunning, and this is what the bronzer looks like. This is in deep level 11. So we are just going to grab a clean bronzing brush and let's go ham. So I'm gonna start out lightly, see what this bronzer looks like. Okay, House Labs, this is pretty. Okay, no regrets, no regrets. This looks really pretty. So I am just going to sculpt. So there usually is no blush when it comes to the look. It's mostly just contoured. So usually contoured and bronzy and warm. So I am just going to bronze these cheeks. So I really want to focus the emphasis of the bronzer more towards my edges and where my ear is, just to have a little bit more depth there, and then bringing it into sculpt and then hitting my cheekbones as well. So this is essentially what we are going for. Look at how sculpted that is. Bomb. So now we just need a lip. Alrighty, beauty, so I caved. I smoked out my bottom lash line. I'm sorry, I had to smoke it out. But I did see that picture that I was talking about JT. She did have her lash line smoked out. So I was like, you know what? It is calling my name, so let me do it. So that's all I really did. I smoked out my lash line and just contoured my nose. So I'm just going to add a little bit of highlighter. For highlighter, I'm going with the Rare Beauties highlighter in Flaunt. This should be of no surprise. Gonna add a little bit tip of my nose and down the bridge. And now for the lips, so of course it's going to be nude. So I'm going to start out lining it with my KKW liner in number 3. We want a nice brown liner, and I'm also going to overline as I always do, just to give the illusion of thicker and fuller lips. For lipstick, I'm going to go in with Max Feelin' Myself. It's like a nice, stunning nude. Very pretty. So we're going to pop this right in the center. So this is essentially what the nude lip should look like. So now we are just missing some gloss. So I actually picked up a new gloss. This is Beauty by Day. It's called Material Girl. This is also a black owned brand. This gloss looks so pretty. Look at this. Look at the packaging. It looks so cute. Love this. She's actually a makeup artist. I think she still does makeup. She does like brows and some other things now. But yeah, she actually used to work for MAC. So I've been following her for a while because I loved her makeup style. But yes, I'm excited to use this gloss. It smells like candy. The formula feels really good. It doesn't feel sticky. It definitely feels smooth. Just gonna add a little bit of liner to clean that up. So beauties, this is the finished Instagram baddie glam. Hope you enjoyed tuning into today's tutorial. Let me know your thoughts down below as always, and everything will be linked for you down below as well. And as always, beauties, thank you for the continued support, and I will catch you in my next one. Thanks for watching.